Hi, it's Gordon here with week 37 of 2012, a year with Mya-Moe Unscripted. And this week I'm going to introduce that Cascade series. I think it's the most ambitious initiative we have undertaken at Mya-Moe since the very beginning. You know, we try to build instruments that will last a lifetime. And the question we ask ourselves is, will the resources that we're using last that long? And that is the driving force behind the Cascade series. Owners and luthiers love tropical hardwoods. We love tropical hardwoods. The problem is that it has become increasingly difficult to source them responsibly, and they are on the brink of dying out. So what do? We have to find other woods that are equally beautiful and equally toneful, and yet can be harvested in a much more ecologically responsible way. And that is what we use in the Cascade series. So let me show you some examples. They're really great instruments. I'm going to start here with this all myrtle instrument. Now the first thing you'll notice about it, depending upon which side you look, is you'll notice the fretboard and the bridge are different. They're made of maple, and that is true of all the instruments in the Cascade series. The neck is Port Orford cedar. Again, every Cascade instrument is Port Orford cedar in the neck. And we're using tone woods that are from North America and are actually, in nearly every case, sourced very close to our home here. You know, there's a big difference in your carbon footprint when you can get something that's within a couple-hour drive of your house versus bringing it to us here in Washington State from places like South America or Africa. So we use woods like myrtle and cherry and maple and sycamore and walnut. All of those are part of the Cascade series. And the question is, you know, you may be asking yourself is, are these woods equally beautiful and are they equally toneful? Well, of course, we've been using those tone woods in our instruments for 4 years, and myrtle now is our most requested wood. But what about the neck? Well, Port Orford cedar, it's a gorgeous wood, as you can see, and it actually is very smooth and fast to play. It is been used for years in classical guitars. And as with our mahogany necks, we inlay a carbon fiber rod right down the middle of the neck. So it's not going to go anywhere. It's very light and yet stiff, just what you want out of the neck. Well, how about the fretboard? The fretboard is maple. Maple is what's been used in Fender guitars for years. It's a proven material. It's very dense, which is why it is the material of choice for our Cascade series bridges. Let me show you another example. Sorry, I have to turn away here for a second. Check this one out. This is quilted maple, Port Orford cedar top, maple fretboard, maple bridge, Port Orford cedar neck, walnut binding. See the cool leaf inlay? Now, you know, we don't believe it should cost you more to make an ecologically responsible choice. We thought about this long and hard as we came up with the Cascade series because, in fact, many of these parts today cost us more. But there is no upcharge for a Cascade series instrument. We do charge another $100 to have the cool little leaf inlay. But other than that, there is no upcharge on the Cascade series. We also recently introduced a series of head plate that follows that same pattern. It's walnut and maple. So an ecologically responsible choice in head plates. And of course you can also get a custom head plate like this one, which is walnut and maple. Well, I guess in this case it is the quilted maple from this body wood, and that's what makes it custom. Okay. Here's another one. This is all sycamore. We've really fallen in love with sycamore as a tone wood. Slightly warmer than middle, where a myrtle lies. A little bit brighter than koa, and about the same as mango, maybe a little bit brighter than mahogany, but another gorgeous example of a Cascade series instrument there, concert size. And lastly, I'm going to show you a resonator. Here we've got a beautiful myrtle resonator, Port Orford cedar neck, maple fretboard, and here you can see instead of an ebony tie block, we're using a maple tie block. So those are some of the choices that you can pick with your Cascade series instrument. You'll find a lot of information about the Cascade series on our website. That little leaf icon is dotted around the website wherever we're using woods that are, we believe, ecologically responsible. And let me tell you about a few other aspects of the Cascade series. I already told you we use a Port Orford cedar neck. The internal blocks we use are Port Orford cedar, and they're offcuts from the neck, so we waste as little wood as is possible. The end pin in the instrument is boxwood instead of ebony. Let's see what else. Of course, the braces are spruce, as they are in all of our instruments. In addition, we take our scraps and we are now sourcing those to local artisans that are making jewelry from them. A couple of gorgeous artisans or pieces of artwork that are coming out of these offcuts. For every Cascade series instrument that we build, we have a tree planted in your name, just in honor of that. So, in a nutshell, that is the Cascade series. We're very proud of this. We're pleased with the tone of the instruments. We've always said that our priorities are playability, acoustics, and aesthetics, and I think the Cascade series represents that. It meets and exceeds every standard that we've ever set at Mya-Moe, and yet it provides us and you with an ecologically responsible choice as we go forward. Instruments that will last lifetimes, and the resources that help us make those instruments will last lifetimes as well. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.